Mel Owens always knew that joining the Golden Bachelor would challenge him, but he never expected to be pulled into one of the most emotional, complicated, and dramatic love triangles the franchise has seen. Two incredible women, two completely different connections, and one man trying to follow his heart while the world watched. For Mel, choosing between Peg Munson and Cindy Cullors was never just a matter of comparing personalities. It was about the feeling, how his heart reacted when each woman walked into a room, how their conversations lingered in his mind long after the cameras stopped rolling, and how real life might look with either one of them after the show ended. While Peg brought calm, sweetness, humor, and a sense of comfort that made him feel like he was returning to an old friend, Cindy brought intensity, big emotions, big expectations, and a strong desire for a love story that launched straight into forever. Cindy wasn't just ready for a relationship. She was ready to move states, shift her entire routine, and build a life with Mel. She made that clear early on. When she brought him home to Austin during hometown dates, she let him see into her world, meet her family, and understand who she was at her core. But as the show approached its emotional peak in Antigua, something inside Cindy began to unravel. Instead of focusing on the quiet, steady moments, she became laser-focused on the one thing she felt she needed to know. Was Mel truly in love with her? And if so, why wasn't he saying it? She wanted clarity, not vague reassurance, not gentle compliments, but a confession, something she could cling to, something that would tell her the risk she was taking was the right one. But Mel wasn't there yet. He enjoyed Cindy. He respected her. He cared for her. But love, deep, lasting love, the kind she was already speaking about in absolute terms, wasn't something he was ready to promise. Their final conversation in Antigua became the breaking point. Cindy needed answers he didn't have yet. She needed words he couldn't say. And so she made a decision nobody saw coming. She walked away. Before fantasy suites, before the final rose, before the love story could either rise or crash, Cindy decided to leave the show entirely. It shocked viewers, shocked Mel, and overnight turned her into one of the most unforgettable exits in Golden Bachelor history. But the real story didn't come out until later, during the After the Final Rose special, when Cindy confronted Mel with raw emotion. She told him she felt misled, that he let her believe a future was forming when he wasn't prepared to commit, that he brought her all the way to the edge of the journey without making it clear that he wasn't ready for anything serious. It was one of those brutally honest, heart-on-the-table moments that only this franchise can produce. But then Mel finally spoke his truth too. In a post-show interview with People, he revealed something viewers never saw. Cindy had started assuming things for him, finishing his thoughts, telling him how he felt before he could express anything himself. He said she'd tell him what he meant, what he intended, and even what decisions she believed he'd already made but hadn't. And for Mel, that was a huge turnoff. He explained that Cindy seemed to want a wedding lined up before they even left the island. She wanted vows, forever promises, and a ring, on a timeline that didn't match the pace his heart was moving. And Mel wasn't interested in that pressure. He denied being afraid of commitment entirely. In fact, he said love wasn't the issue at all. The issue was that he simply didn't love Cindy the way she deserved. His feelings weren't for her, they were for Peg. Much stronger, much clearer, much deeper. Peg Munson didn't rush him. She didn't demand declarations. She didn't insist on predicting the future. She simply showed up, open, genuine, and ready to laugh, listen, and enjoy the journey. And that made all the difference. Peg's final one-on-one and fantasy suite date with Mel strengthened everything already forming between them. She didn't overanalyze every moment. They just enjoyed each other. She didn't demand promises. She let the connection build naturally. She didn't try to mold Mel into something specific. She accepted him exactly as he was. When Cindy left, it wasn't an automatic win for Peg. It was a moment that clarified what Mel already felt deep down. Peg wasn't the default option. She was the right one. So in the finale, Mel chose Peg. He didn't offer an engagement ring. While the franchise often expects proposals, especially during dramatic finales, Mel took a different approach. He offered Peg a diamond promise ring, a simple, tender symbol that said, "I'm choosing you. I'm serious, but I'm not going to force this into a timeline that doesn't feel natural." Some fans were surprised. Others applauded the honesty. And Peg, she loved it. She didn't need a big moment or a flashy proposal. She just needed Mel, present, genuine, and ready to build something real. Since the finale, Peg and Mel have stood side by side, shutting down rumors, laughing through interviews, and showing the world what it looks like when two people take their time. They told people they're going slow. Dates, fun, memories, and letting love decide where it goes. Mel said, "We're going to do what we do and have fun, and then it's going to grow from there." Peg added that dating naturally leads where it leads, toward a proposal, a marriage, or something else. But the important part is letting it evolve in its own time. Cindy, meanwhile, wished Mel the best, and he wished the same for her. Fans now loudly campaign for her to become the next Golden Bachelorette, believing she still deserves a grand love story, just with someone whose emotional pace matches hers. And that brings us to the biggest question floating around Bachelor Nation right now. Will Mel and Peg end up sealing the deal with the marriage Cindy insisted he wasn't ready for? Or was Cindy right all along about his commitment struggles? That's where you come in. If you followed their journey, if you felt the roller coaster of emotions, if you've rooted for Peg, cried with Cindy, or squinted at Mel trying to make sense of his heart, then your opinion matters. Do you think Mel and Peg will make it all the way to I do? Or is there more to Mel's hesitancy than he's admitting? And should Cindy return to find her own golden love story, maybe with someone who's ready to match her intensity? Let everyone know what you think. Romantic journeys always sparked the best conversations, and this one is far from over.